Nonprofit foundations. Just because your mission is primarily to direct funds to your cause, being a foundation doesn't mean you don't have any risks. In fact, the managers and board members of a nonprofit foundation can be on the hook personally if they are accused of not fulfilling their duty as a board member. Insurance for these foundations is easy and low cost. Here's exactly what you need to know. I'm Austin Landis, and I run a commercial insurance agency with over 3,000 businesses and nonprofit clients across the US. Business insurance works very well for large organizations because they have a lot of expertise and great insurance people at their disposal to help them avoid traps. I create these videos to give smaller and mid-sized organizations the same tools and resources to never get taken advantage of by insurance companies. Foundations aren't very risky organizations in the traditional sense of how we think of risk. But what foundations are is a pile of money that is a target for theft, fraudulent lawsuits, mismanagement allegations, and cybercrime. Here's what foundations are usually concerned with when they call in. 1, they want to cover the board members individually from liability arising from their decisions. 2, they want to protect the foundation from theft and embezzlement. 3, they're worried about random lawsuits hitting the foundation. And 4, they want to cover data breaches when they have sensitive information such as financial transactions or of who they're giving the money to. Covering these core risks is not difficult for a foundation and is cheap, but it does require some strategy and thought about how to get these perils covered, since the typical advice of get a general liability policy does not really help foundations. Here's what policies you need to cover these risks. Directors and officers, for when you want to cover the board members individually from liability. Crime, when you want to protect the foundation from theft and embezzlement. General liability, when you want to cover random lawsuits hitting the foundation, such as slip and falls and injuries at different events such as fundraisers. And lastly, cyber, if you want to cover data breaches or if you have sensitive information on the grants that you're giving out. Here's my method for foundations. When looking to insure a foundation, I always secure the management liability first. Management liability is a bundle of the directors and officers coverage to cover the board members, crime to cover the embezzlement and fraudulent transfers of money out of the foundation, employment practices to cover allegations of discrimination or unfair grant giving if that's something you do. Many times you can also include cyber in this policy as well. It is the most important policy and you want the broadest available coverage. After securing an excellent management liability policy, then go find a general liability quote. Make sure it includes hired and non-owned auto and potentially a cyber liability policy if the management liability doesn't include it. You can probably find all of the same policies from the same carrier and just bundle it up into one monthly billing. I know this can sound like a lot, but it's very simple to get set up. I've included a checklist in the link below that you can just check off once you verify any quotes that you have the included coverages. Think of it this way. General liability insurance covers claims from the physical world, such as slip and falls, injuries, or property damage at fundraising events, volunteer auto accidents, and many other things. The management liability lines cover the management of the foundation if someone alleges mismanagement of funds, discriminatory disbursement of funds, embezzlement, and related incidents. The combination of these two policies form a really nice protection for any foundation. Here are real pricing examples from a good quality insurance company for a couple different foundations we have quoted in the past. Foundation number 1 fundraises and gives grants to traumatic brain injury research. This organization has over $5 million in assets and hosts 2 fundraisers per year. The general liability was $414, a $1 million umbrella is $604. They added cyber, D&O, and crime to that as well. Foundation number 2 gives grants to families that are experiencing large medical bills that have sick children specifically. The foundation has around $2.5 million in assets and hosts quarterly support gatherings for the families. The general liability was around $400. The directors and officers was about $1,070. Foundation number 3 is a scholarship foundation for students who live in a small rural town. The foundation has around $500,000 in assets. The general liability was $1,500, and that policy included the crime, and the D&O was an additional $491. Hopefully, that gives you an idea of what it costs to insure a charitable foundation. You can download the checklist below to give to any agent you are working with, or if you're looking for quality options to insure your foundation, my company would love to help. You can get started on a quote on our website, or you can schedule a time to talk with me.